Okay, continuing on talking about nets, where it says what shapes will appear in a net for a rectangular prism that is not a cube. How many of these shapes will there be? Over here we drew the net of a rectangular prism. How many rectangles do I have total?
6.
6 rectangles. And I have 2 bases that are opposing, means they're on opposite sides. So over here and over here, I can have one in here and here. I can have them up here like a T, whatever. They all just need to be on the opposite, or the 2 bases need to be on opposite sides. Okay, this one we said is not a net because it doesn't have 6 bases. It only has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will leave my my 3D figure open. This one right here will also leave my 3D figure open because I won't have the bases to enclose it. All right, it'll be like a box without a lid and a bottom. Making a conjecture. If you draw a net for cylinders such as a soup can, how many 2-dimensional geometric shapes would this net have? Name the shapes in the net for a cylinder. So we said that this is 2 circles and 1 rectangle because if I unfold that middle or uncurve that middle piece, I'll have a rectangle. And then what's going to be on top and bottom? Circles. A circle up here and a circle down here. Okay? That's the net of a cylinder. Sorry, my chair just farted. Okay, down here. Keep in mind the base of a 3D figure.
It's always in the name.
Good. It's always in its name. So that's why this is a rectangular pyramid, because the base is a rectangle. A triangular pyramid because the base is a triangle. And a pentagonal pyramid because the base is a pentagon. And down here they're talking about how to measure the height of a pyramid. You go from the top vertex perpendicularly to the middle of the base, and it makes a right angle in there, and they have the little right angle drawn to go with it.
What does perpendicular mean?
Perpendicular means forms a right angle. Okay. All right. So then we looked at this activity where they poured the beans in a pyramid into a rectangular prism, and we discovered that I can fit 3 pyramids into a prism with the same base and the same base area and the same height. That's this guy down here and this down here. So a pyramid is 1/3 of a prism. That's important. Then we wrote formulas. What's the difference between this formula and this formula?
A pyramid is 1/3.
The third. A pyramid is 1/3 of the prism. So make sure to put a box around this because these are formulas and they're important.
Pyramid is 1/3 of a prism.
And then that was the explanation that goes down here. Okay? So on number 9, did we do this one? All right. So I have the volume of a rectangular prism is 4.5 inches cubed. What is the volume of a rectangular pyramid with congruent base and the same height? What's the volume of a rectangular pyramid with the same base and same height? Explain your reasoning. Okay, my reasoning is already explained up here. This guy also applies to this. So if I have my prism, my volume equals 4.5 inches cubed, then my pyramid is volume equals 1/3 big B H. So what am I going to do to this number?
Make it into a decimal?
Not quite. I started to write something, but then I changed my mind. So, what did we say the difference between a pyramid and a prism was?
A pyramid is 1/3 of a prism.
Right. So let's say this is 27, then what would this be? Good. What'd you do?
I multiplied 9 times 3.
What'd you do with 27 and 3?
Divided.
Divide it, because I knew about 27 and I knew about the third. I had to discover the 9. So what am I going to do down here?
You're going to divide.
By?
3.
Divide by 3. 4.5 divided by 3. 3 and a 4.
One time.
1 times 3. How much?
3.
3. 4 minus 3.
1.
Bring down the, excuse me.
15. 5. 1.5.
Inches cubed.
Cube.
Okay. Next. Solving volume problems. You can use the formula for the volume of a rectangular prism and the volume of a rectangular pyramid to solve problems. So this is what we were just led to discover. A pyramid is a third of a prism. So in your formula, you need to write volume equals 1/3. How do we say this? Big B. Thank you. Big B times height. Looking at the example, Kyle needs to build a crate in the shape of a rectangular prism. The crate must have a volume of 38.5 cubic feet and a base area of 15 2/5 square feet. Find the height of the crate. So this is important. Cubic feet, the volume. Base area, 15 square feet. Find the height. They're writing these steps out bit by bit and breaking it down to the simplest form. This is why I have us going through pages in the book, because the examples that Ms. Starling works out for your homework or just examples off the top of my head, I don't write out these steps because this requires a lot of writing for you all. So because your book provides it, I have you pull these pages out of your book and refer back to them when you're doing your practice problems, because they literally example it step by step by step by step. So they said use the formula volume equals big BH, because I'm finding a volume of a rectangular prism. Okay, I'm not going to use the 1/3 yet because they're not talking about a prism. I'm sorry, they're not talking about a pyramid. Use the formula, substitute V and big B. Why am I using big B?
Because there's 2 bases.
Well, yes, all prisms do have 2 bases, but what did they give me?
The formula.
They gave me the big B, the base area. Okay, so I'm plugging these in, and then what do they do here?
They are.
Read the step. They change the mixed numbers to fractions. If I don't like fractions, what else can I change them into? Decimals. What's 38.5?
38.5.
38.5. What's 15 2/5? 2/5.
Oh. Is it going to be 15.05?
0.4. Good. 5 times 20, 2 times 20. Okay, 40 hundredths or 4 tenths.
I don't know what I just did.
Now, what do they do?
Yeah, we divide both sides
By what?
by 7/5.
Which is what? Is that 15.4 or 38.5?
15.4.
15.4. So I need to do 38.5 divided by 15.4. Do I need to work this out, or have they already done it for me? They already did it for me. What is the answer?
5.5.
5 halves, not 5.5.
Oh,
5 halves, which also converts to what?
That can be as a decimal.
Uh-huh. Look at the next answer that they give me. They say 5 halves, or
2.5.
2.5 is what?
2.5.
2.5. Thank you. Okay. Now they're talking about a pyramid. A glass paperweight in the shape of a rectangular pyramid has a base that is 4 inches by 3 inches and a height that is 5 inches. Here's my rectangle, 4 by 3, and then it's a pyramid. Yes, look at my drawing. This is why Miss Starling does not teach art.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, you're not the only one. Let's try it again.
Oh, no.
Boom. Bam. They all need to come to a point. Boom. Bam. Nah, a little better, but still not perfect. All right. So I've got 4 by 3 in my base area, and my height is 5. Use the formula. So I need 1/3 big B times the height.
Like this?
Yes, yours look way better than Miss Starling's. All right. So where did they get this 12 from?
Where did we get 12 from?
Mm-hmm.
4 times 3.
4 times 3. So they did big B. Big B equals length times width. 4 times 3 is 12 times 5. What's 12 times 5? 60. And then they divided by
3.
good.
So my answer.
Okay. The paperweight has a volume of 20 cubic inches. All right. I kind of want us to show work on separate paper for these. So let's get a scrap sheet of paper and move on.